Working with wireless and fiber operators around the world has put me in a very interesting position to see which tools, which software, which hardware tends to be selected by the more professional operators. Obviously, WISDM is one of them. One of the other key tool sets that I see right around the world used by those operators that actually care about their customers and care about providing service is Preseem. And I'm delighted to be joined here by Dan from Preseem. Dan, please tell us a bit about what you do.
Yeah, so where we started with Preseem is we were focused on quality of experience, helping customers understand what parts of the network deliver a good experience, what parts don't, and then mapping that back so they knew, like, infrastructure-wise, what to fix. So that's really been the focus, but we've also started to move more into helping the network operations team be proactive so they can go get ahead of things, customers don't call, and providing tools to support teams so they can more quickly get to root cause. And kind of the big way we do that is we provide like a layer on top of all the complex equipment that's in the network. So those teams don't need to log into every system every day. They can operate on a little bit of a higher level.
Yeah, all organizations build their legacy of different
right, especially smaller operators, or if they're doing acquisitions. Like maybe you're a pure Gaelic shop, but then you buy somebody and they're Adtran, suddenly you've got multiple vendors and you didn't plan on it.
Yeah, so you can simplify that hugely.
That's right.
Now, with customers worldwide and a very large presence here in the US, you must get an insight into what's happening to the market, what's happening to different operators. What are the hot topics right now in 2026?
Like everything, AI comes up a lot. But I think in this environment, maybe it's a little bit less hypey than other places because there is kind of a natural place to apply it, which is customer support, where you have non-technical people that have to do relatively complex things that a computer could do, and you can apply AI to help make that faster and easier, versus some other places, maybe AI is a little bit more hype than it is on a customer support use cases, for example. Like network operations is maybe a little bit harder because it's a little more risky.
Yeah, so you wouldn't necessarily want an agent to go around and reprogram your entire network untethered.
Right, but giving guidance to a support rep is easy, safe. Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah. So how have Preseem incorporated AI, and why would it make it more compelling now than it would have been a year ago?
Well, I think it's more compelling now because the models are getting more capable than they were in the past. We've done a lot of statistical analysis and kind of traditional, maybe not quite machine learning, but statistical analysis and models internally for a long time to help drive, again, where you need to be proactive in the network. But that ends up being more operationally. When it comes to less technical people, communicating them with a more natural language form is really where those LLMs shine.
And where do you see it in the next 2 to 3 years?
I think every operator will have agents of some kind doing maybe not their biggest network operations task, but the basic ones. But every support team is going to be augmented by some kind of AI assistant that just makes them better. Kind of the dream we have is if we can help our customers hire non-technical people into support roles, people that are people, not technical people, that would be, I think, a great achievement because it would change their entire dynamic for their support teams.
And which areas of a business would you not recommend implementing AI?
Anything finance related, maybe. Yeah, like LLMs are wonderful, magical things, but they do still make things up, and you need to put guardrails on them. So I think anything, if you're touching dollars, maybe is now not the time. Other than reporting, I mean that's a different beast. Although I've heard some horror stories there too. Like the other day, I was talking to someone who thought they were acting on real data, but the LLM had been hallucinating for like 2 months. It wasn't real data they were operating on because they hadn't put the guardrails in place.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest hazards of an LLM is that they sound authoritative when often they're not.
Always sound authoritative, yeah.
Really appreciate you calling by. Thank you very much for your insight. It's been very, very great.